welcome to Beachside Banner with B. I'm B. Davis, and today I'm here with Urmi Hossein, and we are speaking about Montreal. Urmi, I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. Tell me all the things. How are you? What do you do? And why should we visit to Montreal?
Thank you, B, for having me. It's my pleasure to be here with you today. Yes, like you said, I'm based in Montreal. My name is Urmi. I work in the financial sector, but I do have a lot of side projects. I am a self-published author, speaker, blogger, mentor, YouTuber. I love traveling. I love traveling. It's one thing that I do, when there is a chance to escape my city and go somewhere, I'm ready to do it, escape the reality.
Yes, me too,
that
for
kind
sure.
of thing.
Anytime I can get out of Missouri.
Exactly. So I'm very happy to basically share a little bit about Montreal.
Awesome. All right, so let's kind of get started. I got to start with food because food is like my favorite thing in the whole wide world. So I hear, is it poutine? Is that how they say it? How do they say it up there? What is that?
It's called poutine, and I don't know if you have ever tried it, but you have to try it.
I haven't. I've heard about it from so many different places, but I haven't actually had it. It's one of those that it sounds. Go ahead, explain it to us. What is it?
So basically, it's a fast food. It's junk food. It's nothing healthy, which is probably why it's so good. But it's basically French fries. And then it only has three ingredients: French fries, cheese curds, and it has gravy sauce. So how it works is that you have French fries, then you have the cheese curds. So basically it's a small pieces of cheese in square shape that you put on top of the French fries, and then you have to pour the gravy sauce. You have to cover the whole French fries and the cheese with the gravy sauce. And then what happens is, because of the heat of the gravy sauce and the French fries, the cheese melts, and that's when you know that you have to eat it. So basically that's how it works. It's something that Canadians eat usually it's a late night snack, which is not good to eat at that time. And it's something that it's a fast food. So it's something fast, quick and delicious, but it's really unhealthy. And it's really unhealthy. It has a lot of calories.
So is that somewhere you can find it, like your local McDonald's, or is it like certain restaurants?
So basically poutine, it's pretty much served every place, all the fast food. So if you're talking about McDonald's, A&W, this is what we have in Canada. Harvey's, it's served pretty much in every single fast food, and you also see it in the restaurant. In the restaurant, usually what it is that you can have it as an actual meal, or you can have it as a side dish, like an appetizer at the beginning, but you get the small dish, and then you also find it in burger places. So usually it's something that, if you want to have that, you don't care about the diet, or you just want to shake it up your system, then you usually have a burger with a poutine. And yeah, that's a good combination.
So when I go there and I ask for it, is the fries, is it going to be one of those where they ask me if I want French fries, or do I get an option, or is it just going to come with all mix?
No, so basically how it works that usually if you go to a fast food or stuff like that, you say a poutine, and they just serve it to you the way you say. It's the original poutine. It just has those three ingredients.
Gotcha.
We have a restaurant here called La Banquise, and there you can customize your poutine. They have the original poutine with, let's say, meat. You have it with avocado, not avocado, it's the guacamole. You have it with tomato, other stuff. Usually it's a bit more, it's a bit richer, and it has other stuff as well. And then usually you have a menu of different kinds of poutines, but the original poutine is the one with French fries, cheese, and gravy sauce.
That sounds so good. So tell me about the vibe in Montreal. Or is it kind of, I hear everybody up there is super friendly, or is it kind of like a chill environment, or is it more fast paced?
So it's definitely, so here's the thing. I like to put it in perspective, because I like to compare it to where I used to live, because I used to live in Italy. So compared to Europe, for instance, it's pace, because in Europe it's a bit more relaxed. But if you have to compare, let's say, Montreal to other places in Canada, or even like, let's say, New York, it's definitely like a bit more relaxed, a little bit chiller. And like you said, people are very, very friendly. They're very welcoming. So that's definitely the vibe that you get. And you can see also how people, like, compared to other places in Canada, people like to enjoy their life, like especially on the weekends. Like, people take time to go for picnics, they take time to go for hiking, take time to go to the restaurant. Like, this is something that it's part of the culture. And another thing, that during the weekdays we have this thing called 5 à 7, which happens from 5 to 7. That's what it means. 5 à 7 means 5 to 7. And basically after work, people go to have like happy hours. So they go to a bar, they drink together with their coworker. And that's another thing that is very much part of the culture.
Well, that sounds fun. So kind of like, we would call them like happy hour here in St. Louis. So yeah, okay. That sounds awesome. So where would you go for that? Is there like major bars or restaurants around the area that you frequent?
Yeah, usually basically we have so in the summer, this is the thing, like, people love to do 5 à 7 in the summer because you can eat like in a terrace. So you're enjoying the sun, like the nice weather, you're like on a terrace, you know. And usually, like, any kind of like restaurant usually have that kind of vibe where you can, like, let's say you go and have a pizza, you can also have like a drink and so forth. And you basically sit outside on a terrace. But we have also like, there is a place in downtown called the Le Cut Cart, where basically it's like on a Thursday night, it becomes a place where people like hang out after work, and people have a 5 à 7. So you go to that specific place in the heart of Montreal, where, you know, because it's basically in the financial district of Montreal. So everyone after work, they just gather there, and they have like music happening. They have a bunch of like restaurants nearby, and it's inside basically this building called Place Ville Marie. And there you basically have like 5 à 7. You just have a good time with your coworkers or your friends.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Sounds like my kind of cup of tea right there. All right. So everyone there is bilingual, right? Did I hear that right?
So Montreal is a bilingual city. Is everyone bilingual? I don't think so.
Oh, close though, right?
I don't
So
think
major, the first or the predominant language would be French, right?
Yeah, the predominant language is French. Yeah.
And then behind that, is that English?
Yes, it's English basically.
Okay.
So here's the thing, Montreal, like, to answer your question, is everyone bilingual? It's a bilingual city, but not everyone is bilingual. However, like, if you work let's say you work in a restaurant, or let's say you work in a store, you do have to know how to speak French, because they want us to basically approach our clients by speaking to them first in French. And that's why we usually say bonjour, hi, and not hi, bonjour, because the French is the most predominant one. And if you want to work in certain sectors, you do have to speak French. So I would say, like, if you want to live in Montreal, it's better if you know French, because it gives you more opportunities to work. Because here's the thing, like, I know a lot of people who didn't know how to speak French, and they moved to a different province, like Ontario, because that's mainly English. But here, if you want to work and if you want to find a good job, it's better that you know how to speak French.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're from Italy. Do you know Italian as well? So you know all the languages then.
No, I don't know all of them. I wish I knew all of them.
I love that though. So would you say that Italian is still your number one language, and then French following that?
No, my number one language is Bengali.
Oh, okay.
Along with Italian, then there is English, and then there is French. So it's my fourth.
I love that. So you're like a little culture pot on yourself.
I guess.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Okay, so what's the best time to visit Montreal? So as a dumb American, you know, we try to find places that we can kind of escape from here. And it seems like Montreal would be kind of easy. A little bit of English and a little bit of French. So when would I try to head up? What's
okay? If you want to escape, like your city to come to Montreal, I would say the best time is the summer.
Okay.
You can also come in the winter. So we have to make a differentiation. So our winters, unfortunately, they are getting better. I'm saying this because of the climate change. So we have like shorter winter, less cold, or if we have a cold day, it's usually for like a day or two. So it's a good thing, but it's not a good thing at the same time, because in winter we do a lot of winter activities. We do like a lot of skiing, skating, snowboarding, and there are things like literally that are prepared by the city so people can actually enjoy the winter, especially because it gets darker earlier. So there are activities that you can do. But for someone who don't like the winter, I would definitely say the summer is the best time to come to Montreal. And I would say that this period, like starting from May until September, is the best moment because our summers are nice. The summer is completely different in Montreal. Like it feels like it's a new city with a different vibe. People are happy, pretty, super cheerful. Like you can see it's like there's a life going on. And we have a lot of events during the summer, like so many festivals. Like you even feel bad to leave the city to go to another place because there's so much going on in the summer. So now we have like the Tulip Festival in Ottawa, and then like in June we have, all this like the jazz festival. So we have a lot of music festivals that happen throughout the summer, June, July, August. We also have some in September. We have a lot of food festivals. So each weekend, like there's a different country. Basically, there's a food festival representing a certain country. And then like this thing about eating in the terrace, it's a big thing. And people also like to do like a lot of hiking in Montreal because we have a lot of nearby places where we can do that. People like to go on a lake. They would like to go basically to do barbecues, do picnics. People do kayaking, canoeing. So that's a big, big thing in the summer. That's why summer is like fun in Montreal because you have so many things happening.
Gotcha. So, wow, I'm trying to digest all that. That sounds like it's basically, so here in Missouri, we have pretty warm summers for the most part. It gets kind of humid or so, but it stays somewhat hot. We do have the opportunity to, hit lakes and sort of that. I don't know if you've ever heard of Lake of the Ozarks. It was in the Ozarks TV show. Yes. So that's kind of like, I think that's about 2.5 hours from where I'm at. So that's usually what we do during the summer. We'll go barbecue down to Lake the Ozarks, kind of hang out on boats and that sort of thing. So it sounds kind of like our summers are a little similar. So that's pretty awesome. We have zero beach things though. Nothing beachy at all in St. Louis. Do you have anything like that there?
So we have Oka Beach, but let's lower our expectation. That's like... Let's lower the expectation. So we have like it's this Oka Beach, which is like basically it's a beach in a national in the National Oka Park, and it's 45 to an hour. It's 45 minutes from my place, but it's usually like an hour away from Montreal, so you need a car to drive there. And this is where people like to spend their weekends. And so usually what you do, you can play like volleyball at the beach, you can do barbecue, you can do picnics, you can go for a walk in the park. So that's one thing that you can do at this place, and people really like going there because it's the only beach that we have. But we also have, talking about beach, we also have we also have like lakes as well where people go to, but we have fake beaches in Old Port. So Old Port has created like this fake beach with like fake sand. So people like with an actual like umbrella, so people can like go there and pretend they're at the beach. So that's another thing that people can do.
That's awesome. Is it only outdoors, or do they have like an indoor section too for like during the rain? That'd be a dream come true for me.
Yeah, it's only outdoor.
Dang it. Oh, well. But what about the art scene up there? Tell me about that. I know there's tons of monuments and amazing landscapes and all of that. So what would I find up there?
So here's what I would tell you to do when you come to Montreal and what you should be seeing. So we have, okay, first of all, Old Port. It's one place that you want to see, you must see, because it has like churches. It has a very European vibe. Like when you walk to Old Port, like even like the way the streets are made, it's very European style, and it has a very French influence. So that's the place you want to definitely visit, because of course you have like ships and stuff like that. But Old Port has like a different kind of vibe. Like they have so many things going on in the summer. Like they have like festivals, they have shows, people eat on the terrace. And then we also have like street vendors selling like items on the street in Old Port.
Okay.
They have like food trucks as well. So that's one thing that you must do when you come to Montreal. You have to see the Old Port because it's just so pretty. That's the first thing that you want to do. The second thing, we have a mountain called Mont Royal. So that's a mountain inside the city.
Okay.
And this is basically this mountain, you can climb it. It's like you can climb it very easily, and then you go to the top of it. And basically, what you have, there is this lake called I know it in French. It's called the Beavers Lake. So there is a lake on top of it. So in the winter, this lake is frozen and people actually skate on it. And then in the summer, you can do the pedaling. I think it's called pedaling, if I'm not mistaken. Is it called pedaling?
Yeah.
I think it's called pedal, like in the blue thingy, and then.
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Just like paddle boating.
Yeah, that one.
Right.
Yes, that one. So you can do that. And then on top of this part, on top of the mountain, there is a chalet.
Okay.
Is chalet the English word? It's not. It's not the English word. Am I saying this correctly? This is. I think I'm using the French word. So basically, there is a cottage. There is a cottage on top of it. I said chalet. Okay, so on top of this mountain, there is a cottage, and then from there, you have the view of the city. So you reach the mountain and you see the whole city.
I bet it's amazing.
People spend their, like, let's say, their weekends there. You can go there during the morning because some people, like, let's say, take a run. They go up the mountain and come back. And you can see the view of the city from different sections of the mountains. And this is where most of the time people spend their weekends, their, let's say, lunchtime. And even in the winter, you have a lot of people going there. So it's a beautiful place to see the city. So that's the second thing you want to do. The third thing, we, of course, have downtown Montreal, which is also very, very pretty, because you have like a street called St. Catherine where you have basically all the stores, and you have a lot, like a shopping mall. It brings you basically to the financial district. So that's like beautiful as well. And then another monument that I would definitely tell everyone to see is the Oratory of Saint Joseph. And it's basically, it's a church, you have free entrance, you go on top of this, you go on top of the hill pretty much. And you see the city from this, and the entrance to the church is free. So yeah, those are the main things that are coming to my mind. But I would also say that, like, if you want to go outside of Montreal, there are other things that you can do, like the hiking. There are so many places where you can go for a hike.
Okay. I love hiking. Not nearly as in shape as I used to be back when I was like 20. So yeah, I'm always down for an easy hike though. And anytime I can find any kind of overlook, I for some reason, just feeling like you're on top of the world and you can see all of the whole view, it gets me every time. So it's definitely one of my favorite things. So I'll definitely have to check that out when I come up there. Okay. So what about like the music scene? Tell me about that. I don't know. I mean, I probably do, but I don't know off the top of my head any artists that have come from there, but I know there has to be somewhere.
So Celine Dion, I think, she's from Montreal. But I want to say she's from Montreal, but I'm not 100% sure if it's Montreal or if it's Quebec City. We should definitely Google it out.
Yeah, I'll totally Google it.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I think I want to say it's her, but I'm like 80% sure it's her from here. From Montreal, let me think, who else do we have that is famous? I can't think of that many people, because I can only think about, like, from Toronto, like we have Drake, The Weeknd.
Oh, I didn't know he was from there.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. These people are from like from Megan Marcos from Toronto. Do you see? Like we have a lot of people that are
Okay.
from Canada. Oh my gosh. From Montreal, I can only think of some Indian, and maybe I'm not getting the fact right,
No
but
worries.
yeah, those are some
Okay.
of the ones I'm thinking of. Yeah.
So that's a fun scene then, Drake. I mean, my son loves Drake. There's a couple songs that I know, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Who doesn't love
he
Drake?
thinks he's great. So that's pretty cool. I had no
Yeah.
idea. So are there any areas in Montreal that I should stay away from? Because I know like every city kind of has like, their good parts, their bad parts, and that sort of thing. But if I'm walking around, is there anything that I should probably not go to? Any neighborhoods?
That's a good question. So I
Okay.
I wouldn't say Montreal is a dangerous place. I never encountered anything in particular, especially because I've been living for so long here. I think no
Mhm.
matter where you are, you always want to be careful about your surrounding, but it's
Absolutely.
it's not something that you should be afraid of. The
Okay.
only place that I'm thinking of, I don't even think you should be away from it. I think you should just be a little bit more aware of like your surrounding a bit more than the others. It's there is an area near the station Berry-UQAM.
Okay.
Sorry, near the metro
Okay.
station Berry-UQAM, and yeah, you can see a little bit more of crimes.
Okay, that makes sense. Make sure I stay away from that for sure.
Yeah, that could be
Um,
a potential place, I would say. But it's
yeah,
literally like in downtown. It's like
gotcha.
very much in downtown. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a few areas in St. Louis that are kind of that way too.
Hmm.
East St. Louis is one of those areas you just don't go to unless you absolutely have to. So just curious, I don't want to be one of those tourists that's wandering around and just happens to wander wrong. So it's good to know. Okay, so my husband he wants me to ask. Hockey is like his favorite thing in the whole wide world. Tell me about the hockey scene up there in Montreal. I know it's got to be crazy because everybody loves hockey.
That's right. Everyone loves hockey, and it's a big thing. The hockey, it's a big thing in Montreal, and our team is basically the Canadians, the Habs. And basically, yeah, people here in Canada, especially Montreal, they're super proud of the hockey team. And we have, like, I watched a couple of them, and you can see the love that people have for
Love
the
it.
Canadians, and it's a big thing. So when let's say there is a game, you see people with the jersey, with the red jersey, going to the stadium, to the Bell Center, to attend and participate in the game. It's a really really big thing, and people are really proud of the hockey team that we have in Montreal. Like it's a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that kids start really young too, playing, right? Skating on ice out there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. So talking about that, yeah, people the kids start really young. So here's the thing about Montreal. Um, you can skate basically like when it's winter, they create skating rinks in the park. So you can
Okay.
go and like skate on the ice, and you don't need to pay anything. You just have to have your own skating boots. And what happened is a lot of the times the kids start from there. They start playing in the skating rinks that the city creates for them. And then of course you can also skate like indoor as well. But it's a big thing. Like people like do this on basically they do it on ice, and they start really young. Yeah, it's like engraved in them, like
That's
yeah,
what I
like you're
heard.
Canadian if you're only doing, hockey, for instance. So yeah, definitely.
It's awesome. Do you know how to skate?
Okay. So here's the thing. I did try,
Hmm.
and so I don't know if you ever tried skating.
I have, and I'm terrible.
So you can buy these things from Amazon that you put on your skating shoes, and it helps you to like stand up and give you balance.
Oh,
So I use
okay.
that to skate. Yeah, yeah. I
Like
use that
training
to skate.
wheels.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called, but you basically put
That's
them
cool.
around your shoes. Yeah.
Hmm. I'll I'll have to make sure I look at those before I come up there and try to see, because the last time I did, I went straight onto my butt.
Gotcha.
But it was fun. It's one of those things you always got to try. If you fail, you fail. But at least you gave it your whirl, right? Okay, so is there anything, I feel like we've covered a lot. Is there anything that you can think of that you can add?
Yeah, so one thing is, if you come to Montreal, definitely if you plan to stay in the city, it's very much reachable by metros and buses. And now we have also the RAM, which is another transportation method, which connects it to another part of the city. But let's say you stay in the city, like especially in downtown, you can walk like from block to block, and it's very easy and it's very nice to do. However, if you want to go, let's say, somewhere further, like let's say you want to go to Montreal, which is what it's also known for, Canada, you definitely need a car. If you want to go to another side of the city, which is further, you definitely need a car, especially if you go to hiking places, let's say to have a barbecue, to go for a hike, you will need a car, because these are not close by. There are no actual buses that bring you there. So that's one thing that you want to keep in mind. And the other thing is that Montreal, like there is good food in Montreal. So there is an area like in Little Italy, for instance, where, people like to go for coffees, for instance. They go for croissants. This is a good place to go. We also have a market called Jean-Talon Market, where you can get like fresh fruits and vegetables. And you also have like cheese and stuff like that, like fried calamars, and this you can get like things to try, and it's a very nice place to go in the summer. And we also have another market which is called the Water Market, which has the same concept as the Jean-Talon Market, where you go for fresh foods, vegetables, and it's a great place to, if you want to have something fresh, and a lot of people go there. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. We don't really have any of those kind of like festivals or interactions or anything, but I have been to San Diego, and they did have like this huge weekly event where they would have all these vendors come in and food trucks and all of that. They bring in their fresh vegetables that you could eat and buy, and a bunch of other things. We had, I can't even think of it, cookies. They were the best cookies I've ever had in my whole life. I can't even, macarons. Yes,
they had
the macarons there.
Yeah, they're so good.
That's when I fell in love with them, and they're so good. We don't really have, like, they're not really common around here in St. Louis. I mean, you'll find shops here and there that'll have them, but they're not like authentic macarons. So having it out there in San Diego, right, of all places. But there was this little, she was probably an older grandma type lady who had owned this business for a really long time, and she brought her macarons out, and I bought like 8 of them, and I sat there and I ate them all at once because they were just so good. So yeah, it's kind of where I fell in love. I'm sure they got macarons up there, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah. And they're so good.
I bet they're good.
They're good. Yeah. They're good.
What's your favorite flavor? Hard question, right?
Exactly. Can this question be any harder? It's very hard.
I know, right?
I like all of them, honestly. I tried all kinds of flavors. And the thing is, there is a brand here that's called Point G. That's a very good brand for macaron. Very good.
They do delivery. I'll have to look that up. That sounds awesome. I actually had a lavender macaron, and that actually was probably hands down was my favorite. Never really had lavender before in any kind of flavoring, but it was really good. Very pretty too, because it was nice and purple, which you gotta love.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Montreal has never really been on my list of places, and it's only because I love warm and I don't really love cold, and I've always been afraid that anytime I go up there it was hot or cold and I would freeze my butt off. So the fact that there's a warm summer has me so excited. It's definitely now on my bucket list. I kind of can't wait. I know my husband, like I said, has been wanting to go anyways, just because of the whole hockey scene up there. But so that's awesome. I'm really excited that we had this conversation. I I learned so much, so much. I feel like I need to do some more deep diving into all these places that you told me about. The lookout place. What was the name of it again?
Which one? Which place?
The mountain.
The more royal.
Yes, that sounds like a dream come true right there, especially during sunsets. That would be awesome.
Yes.
Have you ever caught a sunset from there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm huge into sunsets. I love sunrises, although I don't see them as often because I like to sleep. But
yeah, but for the sunset, I think it was when I went to, oh my gosh, it's when I went to the Caribbean, when I went to Mexico.
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I agree with that. So, real quick, where's your favorite island that you've ever gone to?
Favorite what?
Beach? Your favorite beach town that you've ever been to?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mexico.
Okay. Gotcha. Mexico's on my list. You haven't made it there yet.
No, you have to go.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, this has been so much fun. I appreciate you taking the time. I will definitely make sure that you know of when the episodes are all ready to go and all that. And yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah. All right, everybody. So make sure that you tune in for next week's episode. I'm not really sure who we're going to have here yet, but it's going to definitely be a lot of fun and we're going to get it figured out. So I will talk to everybody soon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being on today. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.